Hello friends, this video on System of Particles and Rotational Motion part 31 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let us look at problem 1. It states that torques of equal magnitude are applied to a hollow cylinder and a solid sphere, both having the same mass and radius. So that means we have a hollow cylinder and we have a solid sphere, and we have applied torques of equal magnitude to both of them, and both have same mass and same radius. The cylinder is free to rotate about its standard axis of symmetry. So this is the standard axis of symmetry, and the sphere is free to rotate about an axis passing through the center. So which of the two will acquire a greater angular speed after a given time? Okay, so now what would be the moment of inertia for the hollow cylinder about its axis? So the moment of inertia for hollow cylinder will be equal to mr square. Now what would be the moment of inertia for the solid sphere about an axis passing through the center? That would be equal to 2 by 5 mr square. Right? Now we know that torque is equal to I into alpha, where alpha is nothing but angular acceleration. Right? So for the cylinder, we can say that the torque is equal to I1 alpha 1. Similarly, for the sphere, we can say that torque is equal to I2 alpha 2. Now in the problem it is given that same torques are applied to both the cylinder and the sphere. That means it is given that tau 1 is equal to tau 2. So this implies that I1 alpha 1 is equal to I2 alpha 2. So from this we can say that alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equal to I2 by I1. Right? So from this we can say alpha 1 by alpha 2 is equal to I2 by I1, which is nothing but 2 by 5, because we know the values of I1 and I2 which we wrote in the first step. So from this we can say I2 is equal to 5 by 2 I1, that is equal to 2.5 I1. So I2 is 2.5 times I1. So this shows that alpha 2 is greater than alpha 1. Now we also know from kinematical equation that omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. So this implies that omega is directly proportional to alpha. So if alpha increases, the value of omega also increases. So therefore we can say that now alpha 2 is greater than alpha 1. Therefore we can say that omega 2 is greater than omega 1. So the angular velocity for the sphere would be greater than that of the hollow cylinder. Now let us look at the second problem. It states that a solid cylinder of mass 20 kg rotates about its axis with angular speed 100 radians per second. So mass of the cylinder is given as 20 kg. Angular speed omega is given as 100 radians per second. The radius of the cylinder is given as 0.25 meters. So what is the kinetic energy associated with rotation of the cylinder? So we have to calculate the kinetic energy. What is the magnitude of angular momentum of the cylinder about its axis? So we have to also calculate the angular momentum. Now first of all, let us calculate the moment of inertia. So moment of inertia for a solid cylinder is equal to half mr square. So this becomes equal to half into m into r square, that is 0.25 into 0.25. So this comes out to be 0.625 kg meter square. So this is the moment of inertia. Now once I know the moment of inertia, I can calculate the kinetic energy, as kinetic energy is equal to half I omega square, that is equal to half into I, that is 0.625 into omega square. Omega is 100 radians, so this square. So this is equal to 3125 joules. So this would be the kinetic energy associated with the rotation of the cylinder. Now we also need to calculate the magnitude of the angular momentum of the cylinder. Now we know that there exists a relationship between the angular momentum with the angular velocity, that is L is equal to I omega. So this becomes equal to 0.625 into omega, that is 100 radians per second. So this comes out to be 62.5. This comes out to be 62.5 joule second. So this is the angular momentum of the cylinder about its axis. Let us look at the third problem. It says a child stands at the center of a turntable with his two arms outstretched. The turntable is set rotating with an angular speed of 40 revolutions per minute. Okay, so that means the turntable is set with 40 revolutions per minute. How much is the angular speed of the child if he folds his hand back and thereby reduces his moment of inertia to 2 by 5 times the initial value? So that means before the child, when the arms of the child was outstretched. So that was the initial condition. So in that condition, the angular velocity was 40 revolutions per minute and the moment of inertia was I naught. Later, after he folds his hands, the final angular velocity is what we have to calculate, and the final moment of inertia becomes 2 by 5 times the initial value. Right? Now in this case, what is my system? My system is child plus the table. Right? So the external force on the system is equal to 0. Right? Now since F external is equal to 0, this implies that L is constant, because we know that dl by dt, that is rate of change of angular momentum, is equal to F external. So if F external is 0, that means that the angular momentum is constant. So this is nothing but conservation of angular momentum. Right? Now we also know that angular momentum is equal to I omega. Therefore, we can say that I naught omega naught will be equal to I into omega. Right? So now I naught into omega naught. What is omega naught? It is nothing but 40 revolutions per minute is equal to I, which is equal to 2 by 5 I naught into omega. So I naught and I naught will get cancelled. Therefore, we can say that omega is equal to 100 revolutions per minute. So this would be the angular velocity when the child folds his hands back. Right? So now are you able to understand how do we approach problems based on rotational kinematics and rotational dynamics? It is just that you will have to remember the simple relationships between the various quantities like torque, angular momentum, angular acceleration, moment of inertia. Now if you remember those small relationships, you can apply them and you can solve problems. Let us look at the next problem. It says that a rope of negligible mass is wound round a hollow cylinder of mass 3 kg and radius 40 centimeters. Okay, so that means the mass of the cylinder is 3 kg and the radius is 40 centimeters. What is the angular acceleration of the cylinder if the rope is pulled with a force of 30 newtons? So force is given as 30 newtons and we have to calculate the angular acceleration. We also have to calculate the linear acceleration of the rope. Assume that there is no slipping. Okay. So in this, let us first try to calculate whatever is given in the problem. R is given in the problem, force is given in the problem. In order to calculate angular acceleration, we need to know the moment of inertia of the object and we should also know the torque of the object. So let us first try to calculate the value of torque. Torque is given by the product of cross product of the radius vector and the force. So this can be written as the magnitude of the torque would be R into F. So R here is 40 centimeters, that is 40 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters, into F is 30 newtons. So torque comes out to be 12 Newton meter, right? Now, we also know that torque is equal to I into alpha. So from this we can calculate angular acceleration alpha as torque divided by I, where I is the moment of inertia. So this becomes torque divided by what is the moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder. It is mr square. So this becomes equal to 12 divided by m into r square, that is 40 whole square into 10 to the power minus 4. So alpha comes out to be 25 radians per second square. So this would be the value of angular acceleration. Now we also need to calculate linear acceleration. We know that linear acceleration is equal to r into angular acceleration. So that is the relationship between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. So this becomes equal to 40 into 10 to the power minus 2 multiplied by 25. So this comes out to be 10 meter per second square. So this would be the linear acceleration of the rope. So this is how we solve problems depending upon the various kinematical equations of rotational motion.
Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.